Hey guys, welcome back to Mikey's DeFi portfolio. Today we'll be going over Savanna Finance on the Cronos chain. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when I upload next. Savanna Finance is the first algorithmic stablecoin on the Cronos chain, pegged to the price of 1 MMF. This is essentially a tomb fork from the Phantom chain. However, they've implemented some changes which are greatly beneficial to the ecosystem as a whole. Not just Savanna Finance, but also the Mad Meerkat Finance Ecosystem, which will be explained later on in the video. Savanna Finance has been printing fairly consistently, which is great to see for projects, and the price action of each of the coins has been very positive. Let's go through the documentation to learn a bit more about the project. Savanna Finance is an algorithmic stablecoin platform with our main token SVN currently pegged to the value of 1M. The algorithmic stablecoin is a non-collateralized stablecoin tailored for improving price stability. The beauty of an algorithmic stablecoin than their collateralized cousins, this being things such as Tether, which is pegged to $1. Let's move on to the next section. The SVN algorithmic token serves as the backbone of the rapidly growing ecosystem aimed towards bringing liquidity and new use cases to the MMF ecosystem. If you guys want to learn a bit more about the MMF ecosystem, be sure to watch my previous video about it. I'll put a card in the top right corner of this video so it appears just now. The protocol's underlying mechanism dramatically adjusts SVN supply, pushing the price up or down relative to the price of MMF. There is 3 tokens in this protocol: SVN, M-Share, and M1. SVN token is the algorithmic token pegged to MMF. Meerkat share, M-Share, which holders can claim SVN and inflation when the network expands. M-Bond, which can be purchased when the network is in contraction and can be redeemed for SVN when the network becomes deflationary again. So what's the point of this SVN token? The entire Mad Meerkat ecosystem is positioned as to be the centerpiece of DeFi development on the Cronos chain. This is due to existing products that the Mad Meerkat team already has. With sensible huge ticket items on the roadmap, we are confident of being the flagship brand on the Cronos chain. When that happens, the MMF token will be one of the largest utility tokens on the Cronos chain, with one of the largest liquidity pools. The MMF DEX already has one of the largest trading volumes on the Cronos chain right now, with the MMF token being top 3 highest altcoins on Cronos. Why launch Savanna? Savanna Finance is a protocol that supports the notion above, and hence seeks to support this goal with the main token SVN. This acts as a mirrored asset to the MMF token, where 1 SVN equals 1 MMF in value. The idea of a mirrored asset for MMF is going to be an important one, because the introduction of the MMF protocol, coupled with huge launchpad burns, will rapidly reduce circulating MMF. This will result in a supply squeeze where MMF tokens will experience huge price bumps. While this is ideal for token holders, this will also present challenges, because there will be now huge volatility, and thus this dissuade potential investors from joining the ecosystem, which will be very negative in the long run, obviously. This is why we need to launch SVN Finance, with the mirrored asset SVN will help to balance the volatility in the future. SVN will eventually be used for MMF launchpads when the volatility of MMF hits such a point when it's sensible to do so. However, it is important to note that even if we were to use SVN token for launchpads, this does not mean that MMF token will dump in price. This is already in place, where you use your SVN tokens for launchpads, and the tokens are burned in place of receiving the new tokens. In fact, since SVN and MMF are fully pegged, any buys on SVN will result in the same price movements for MMF. This is a set of mechanisms that ensures to grow the value of MMF original token holders, and SVN Finance is a bullish development overall for the MMF ecosystem. This essentially provides loads of utility for the SVN token without hurting the MMF token price as a result. Here let's read why SVN differentiates from other tomb forks and makes it a much better investment compared to those ones. Unlike previous algorithm tokens, SVN is not pegged to a stablecoin. instead is pegged to MMF. On top of that, unlike other projects, we are able to have better control of how the mechanisms between the two tokens interact. The team believes in the full potential of MMF and are thoroughly devoted to provide value to the end derivative value. One of the primary shortcomings of past algorithmic tokens has been the lack of use cases, leaving no good reason for somebody to want to use to hold them. In order to successfully maintain the peg in the long run, the team will maintain a focus on innovation around enhanced functionality and use cases. We adopted a 3-token structure, SVN, M-Share, and M-Bond. Here is what makes SVN Finance different. SVN token will be algorithmically pegged to the MMF token, not CRO. Primarily, liquidity will be held at SVN MMF LP pools. This creates a huge lockup in MMF tokens to create liquidity, creating more utility for the MMF token. The protocol is primarily set up as a DAO that aims to accumulate MMF tokens and lock for VE-MMF. Addition of a bailout fund. If all mechanisms fail to allow the protocol to regain peg, the devs will step in with MMF to help SVN regain the peg above MMF. Unlike other projects that peg their tokens to other tokens, which have no control over, we hold control of the MMF trajectory and thus able to ensure the goals of the price appreciation for both tokens aligned. This is very bullish in my opinion, having effect on both the tokens that the token is pegged to allows for much better control and a much more stable, and allows the project to not just be a money printer but also have huge utility and use cases, which prevents the token from being dumped. Here are the socials, be sure to check them out if you plan on joining this ecosystem. Let's have a look at the tokens and see how they work. The token is designed to be used as a medium of exchange. The built-in stability mechanism in the protocol aims to maintain a Savanna peg to 1 MMF in the long run. How the algorithmic peg works. When SVN is below peg, the SVN price is below MMM current market price. Token holders can purchase M-Bond and SVN will be burnt to reduce the circulating supply when users redeem SVN tokens with a 1-to-1 ratio. When SVN is above peg, when SVN price is above MMF current price, the token supply will expand to push it back down to peg, and the contract will allow the redemption of M-Bond. When the price of SVN continues trading above the MMF trading price, after bond redemption, the contract mints an appropriate amount of SVN and it will be distributed to the M-Share stakers. Essentially, when SVN is below peg, the project does not print new token. This allows the circulating supply to be bigger and the price to steadily climb. However, when the price is above peg, the project will print new SVN and distribute it out to the M-Share stakers. The project will print new SVN and distribute it out to the M-Share stakers. This will print you profit and aim to bring the price back down to a 1-to-1 ratio with MMF. The next token is M-Share. M-Share are one of the ways to measure the value of Savanna protocol and the shareholders' trust in its ability to maintain SVN close to peg. During epoch expansion, the protocol mints SVN and distributes it proportionally to all M shareholders who have staked their tokens in the Oasis. M shareholders have voting rights on proposals to improve the protocol and future use cases within the Savanna Finance ecosystem. Since this is a DAO, the users of the ecosystem get to vote on the upcoming changes and any improvements that might come along to the devs' ideas. Lastly, we have M-Bond. M-Bond's main job is to help incentivize changes in SVN supply during the epoch contraction period. When the TWAP of SVN falls below 1 MMF, bonds are issued and can be bought with SVN at the current price. Exchanging SVN for M-Bond burns SVN tokens, taking them out of circulation and helping to get the price back down to 1 MMF. These bonds can be redeemed for SVN when the price is above peg in the future, plus an extra incentive for the longer they are held above peg. This amounts to inflation and sell pressure for SVN when it is above peg, helping to push it back down to 1 MMF. All holders are able to redeem M-Bond for SVN as long as Treasury has positive SVN balance, which typically happens when the protocol in epoch expansion periods, so when it's above peg. Aiming to summarize all of this, M-Share is the governance token for the protocol. By holding and staking M-Share, you will receive Savanna tokens when it is above peg, which will help with inflation to bring the price of it slightly down to the MMF peg. On the other hand, when the price of SVN is below peg to MMF, the protocol will, M-Share will stop printing rewards of SVN. This will cause deflation. You can also purchase M bonds, which will also help with the deflation of the token. Once again, aiming to bring it back up to 1-to-1 peg with MMF. Alright, after having a read through the docs, let's have a look at the website itself. The total value locked is just under 400 million, and there is a couple of rooms which you can explore. Here you can see the price of each of the tokens, and be sure to read the documentation yourself before jumping into this project. First, here you have the desert, where you can earn M-Share by staking the LP tokens of this project. Here you have the SVN MMF LP. This is currently printing 1.37% a day, which is very nice, pretty high to be honest. This will earn you M-Shares. Additionally, you can stake the M-Share MMF LP. This will also grant you M-Share. This is currently printing at 1.59% a day, which is very nice as well. Once you have your M-Share from staking or buy, you can head over to the Oasis, where you can stake your M-Share and receive SVN in return when it's above peg, above here, the TWAP. This is printing at 2% a day, which is very nice. I am currently in the desert pools, in both of them. However, I am planning to jump into this pool as well. Lastly, when the TWAP is below peg, you can purchase bonds, which when the TWAP is back above 1-to-1, you can redeem them for SVN with a slight bonus. So that's Savanna Finance. It's printing nicely at the moment. Let me show you guys my position in this protocol. I am currently in the M-Share MMF stake pools and SVN MMF pool. This is MMO, so Mad Meerkat Optimizer. This is an auto pool, so instead of having to compound this myself, it automatically compounds it for me with a slightly boosted APY, which is great. I will be planning to take some of the profits from here and put it into the M-Share pool to receive SVN, which will hopefully boost my profits as well. That's all for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.